Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the new topic, that is cloud network. So today we are going to see a detailed explanation on the topic cloud network. So one by one we'll see what the cloud network is and every topic related to it. So first is, what is cloud network or network? So cloud network is basically a network that connects cloud hosted resources and delivers computing services over the network. And what is the purpose of this cloud network? That is why we need the cloud networks, because it enables on-demand access to the resources. That is, according to our demands, we can access those resources. If we are in the need of those resources, we can access them, and if we do not need them anymore, we can release those resources. And it's scalability and flexibility. Scalability means that according to our need, according to our demands only, we can access that much amount of resources only. Example of cloud networks are AWS, Google Cloud Engine, and many more. So next is, what are the key components of cloud network? Key components are basically cloud infrastructure, networking services, and there are several examples of those cloud networks. So first we will see what is cloud infrastructure. Cloud infrastructure basically consists of virtual machines, storage solutions, and network interfaces. Virtual machines are like, these are not the physical machines. We can virtually have them on our local systems. That is, we can purchase them or we can access them on our demands. Whatever the requirement is on that particular time period, we can have them on our local machine or our local host virtually, not physically. Those will not be available physically like our own resources we have on our own system. And next is networking services. Networking services basically consist of load balancers, VPN, that is virtual private networks, and other private network accesses, and domain name systems. Load balancers is basically uh, specifies that if one of the cloud service, one of the resources when we have access those cloud networks fails, then the load of that failed resources can be managed by all the other cloud resources we have. So we can prevent a disaster by balancing the load if any one of the cloud resources fails. Example is firewalls and encryption mechanisms. And next topic is types of cloud networks. So there are basically four types of cloud networks: public, private, hybrid, and multi-cloud. So what is public cloud? Public cloud is basically third-party cloud providers, or we can say a cloud where anyone can be, it can be accessed to anyone. There's no particular restrictions or any boundary for the users to access it. Anybody can access those public cloud. That is, this is available to anyone. Example is AWS and Azure. Next is private cloud. The private cloud is basically a cloud which belongs to any particular organization or any particular infrastructure. Not unlike public cloud, it basically belongs to a particular set of people or set of groups. That is, it has its own internal networks dedicated to a single organization. Any particular organization have their own cloud, like we have in several schools and several companies, they have their own cloud storages. So these come under private cloud. Hybrid cloud, basically the hybrid word simply signifies that combination of two or more clouds. But in cloud computing or cloud networks, basically combination of public and private cloud is what is known as hybrid clouds. So when we combine public and private clouds for the flexible data and app management, we call it as a hybrid cloud. And the last one is multi-cloud. Use of multiple clouds for specialized task or redundancy. comes under when we combine in hybrid cloud, we are combining only two cloud, that is public and private. But in multi-cloud, we can combine multiple types of clouds according to our needs, task and redundancies. Cloud network architecture basically consists of two parts, that is network topology. So what is network topology? Topology is nothing but the physical architecture of a network. If we want to draw the physical networks, what is the architecture of that network? We call this as topology. So type of topologies available in the cloud networks are star, mesh and hybrid topologies. And the layers present in that architecture are basically we have four layers, that is application layer, network layer, data link layer and physical layer. The next we can say it is kind of important part is net security layer, because it provides protects our architecture or basically cloud from the unauthorized third party, from the malwares or unauthorized access from any unhealthy resources or unhealthy third party. Now you will see what are the benefit of those cloud networks. So first is scalability. Scalability is nothing but it shows that we can adjust our resources as according to our needs. Sorry. If we require less resources, we can access those less resources. If we require more resources, we can increase the need of those resources by accessing them. Basically, according to our need, we can adjust those resources. Cost efficiency is that how much we require according to our need only, how much the resources we are accessing, we can pay according to that need only. It is not compulsory that if the whole cost is this much, we have to pay that much only. No, but only how much we are accessing it, according to that only we have to pay. So it is cost efficient. Third one is disaster recovery. What is disaster recovery? Says that data replication across region for redundancy. Even if case any third party malware or data breach or security breach has taken place on the cloud, it makes sure that your data is safe, and after the disaster has occurred, we can recover our data as it is. So cloud network basically provide us data recovery or disaster recovery. Global reach says that resources can be accessed from anywhere with an internet. If we have the internet facilities and we have our data on the cloud, so from any part of the world we can access that data using the internet. Now we will see what are the challenges in cloud network. Cloud network basically data privacy and security. As we can see that we don't have a particular, that is what cloud is, basically virtualization happens in cloud computing. We don't have that resources in our own local host or our local system. So matter comes to this is a data privacy. Data will no longer be the private as it belongs to any other party which stores our data. Downtime risk, potential for services interruption. Many times it may happen that a cloud store large amount of data or big data, so there may be times that due to traffic the downtime may occur and the website or the resources we are using may run little slower as compared to the other resources. Latency implies that it can be impacted by distance from data center. Latency is that the amount of time period it takes to generate the output. So if there is a longer distance between the data centers, we may see that latency may occur. Complex management implies that requires expertise for handling multiple services. Complex management, we can say there we are using multiple clouds. So by if we are having multiple clouds, it becomes a little bit hectic or little bit complex to manage those, or little bit complex to develop those cloud networks. If we are using cloud network, it is little bit complex and hectic as compared to other storage technologies. Now it comes about the security. So we will see if the cloud networks are secure or not. First is encryption. Cloud network provide us with the condition of encryption. Encryption means protect data at rest and it transist and rest, and it means that if the data is not participating in the transferring process, that is from one resources to from one source to other source, or from one source to the destination part, if the data is not participating, it is also protected. And if the data is participating in the transferring process, then also cloud network make sure that your data is protected by it encrypted by providing the encryption, that is it encrypts the data to any other languages so that the third party or any other unauthorized user cannot easily understand what the data actually is. And access control mainly we can say that authentication it provides. Authentication is that only the or particular known users only can access this data available on the cloud, that is the users which cloud has the details about them, those users only can access the data. Role based access control, that is RBAC. If the cloud network knows about the users, then only it allows them to use the data. And multi-factor authentication, this is the process by which we can prove the authentication that yes, we are not the unauthorized user or not the other parties which can harm our data. Firewalls and intrusion detection, these are the technologies or the uh, apps, or we can say the software cloud network provides when it comes to the matter of security. That is, it prevents unauthorized access and monitors for threat. And compliances, what are the compliances? That is GDRP, HIPAA, and other regulation to ensure data protection. Key cloud network services, what are the network services that is cloud provide? Content delivery network for fast content delivery, that is AWS CloudFront. Virtual private cloud, VPC, which is isolated network within a public cloud. Load balancing, that is distribute traffic evenly across the resources. Network monitoring tools to oversee network performances and uptime. Use cases, what are the different applications of this cloud network? Remote collaboration tools like Google Workspace and Microsoft 365. E-commerce, hosting scalable online stores. IoT, real-time processing of data from smart devices. Media streaming, video and audio streaming services like Net. Now we will see what are the future trends in cloud networking. First is edge computing. What is edge computing? It is type of computing only where processing data closer to the data resource. There is no much difference between the computing technique and the data centers. AI and machine learning, automated network management. And next is quantum networking, that is emerging field with vast potential in cloud security. And the last one is 5G integration, which enhance the connectivity for faster cloud access. Advanced networking services, it is content delivery network CDN, edge location, reduced latency, and AWS cloud front. This is the example of content delivery network. Peering and interconnects, direct cloud to cloud or cloud to data center connections in API gateway, basically which manages and secure the APIs. So in last, all I can say is cloud networking is a corner center of modern digital infrastructure, empowering business to scale and innovate with flexibility and cost efficiency. We have explored the key fundamental of cloud networks from the different types, that is public, private and hybrid, to their wide-ranging benefits such as increased agility, collaboration and resources optimization. However, challenges like security, latency and management still persist and require careful consideration. Thank you so much.